Good evening. Welcome to the Monday, November 6th meeting of the Collegedale City Commission. It's hard to believe it's already the month of November. Thanksgiving will be here in a couple of weeks. Well, welcome. We're glad you're here. This evening, I've asked Commissioner Sadler to lead us in the invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance.
If you all please join me for a moment of silence. And if you'll stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Can we have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Baker. Commissioner Lamb.
Here.
Commissioner Sadler.
Here.
Vice Mayor Johnson.
Here.
Mayor Lloyd.
Here. And next, I believe we've had a chance to review our previous meeting minutes from our October 16th commission meeting. Any changes, deletions, corrections? Okay, none noted.
Move to approve.
Motion for approval
And I'll second.
and a second. And roll call, please.
Commissioner Lamb.
I wasn't here, so I'm going to abstain.
Commissioner Sadler.
Yay.
Vice Mayor Johnson.
Yay.
Mayor Lloyd.
Yay. And next, our October 23rd commission workshop meeting minutes. We all had a chance to review those.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion for approval and a second. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Lamb.
Yay.
Commissioner Sadler.
Yay.
Vice Mayor Johnson.
Yay.
Mayor Lloyd.
Yay. And next on our agenda, we have the time available for comments from citizens. If there are any citizens, the City of Collegedale would like to step forward to the microphone, please give us your name and your address, please. And without any being noted, we will move on to unfinished business, of which there is none. New business, approval for mayor to sign LSTA tech grant contract.
So this is the tech grant for the library that we applied for a little while back. So we're requesting approval to accept the grant.
Okay, any comments from the commission?
No, but I will move and make a motion.
Okay, motion for approval, I better not second it. Anyone else want to second?
I'll second.
Okay, second and roll call, please.
Commissioner Lamb.
Yay.
Commissioner Sadler.
Yay.
Vice Mayor Johnson.
Yay.
Mayor Lloyd.
Yay. And next is approval of MOU between the City of Collegedale and the State of Tennessee for NCSR self-assessment results sharing.
This is an MOU with the state for cybersecurity, and by entering into this MOU, essentially, we're allowing them to share the results of the cybersecurity scans and that sort of thing that they do with us.
Okay.
Share with us so we can make improvements if needed.
Okay. Any questions?
Move to approve.
And-
Second.
And we have a motion for approval and a second and roll call, please.
Commissioner Lamb.
Yay.
Commissioner Sadler.
Yay.
Vice Mayor Johnson.
Yay.
Mayor Lloyd.
Yay. And the third item tonight is approval of street scanning services. We have had a chance to review this.
Yes, good evening. This is what we had talked about at last month's workshop, and we're bringing it for you tonight to request approval. This is something that we're piggybacking off of Hamilton County's contract, so we're getting the best pricing that we can get.
Okay.
And how long will this last? How often will they do it?
So it's a 3-year contract with the plan of redoing it and redoing a scan at the end of the 3 years if it looks like we need to. If we want to push that a little bit further, we can, but it's the best stage to do it in a 3-year process.
And what's the cost?
$18,714 per year, or a total of $56,142.
I know we got a citizen email today, the commissioner did, about this. And they thought that you, of course, I definitely appreciate his faith in you and trust in you, saying that You know everything about our roads, and I think it's a great tool. I think that it gives you more than what you can see versus what we think you can see, because, you know, this person talked really highly of you. So I think it's a good deal for us. I think it's money well spent from the perspective of having a tool that you can use. I like the thing that culverts and things you can see beneath the asphalt as well, as far as, you know, degrading, if you will.
Right.
And then also the stop signs, not the big thing, but,
Right.
you know, it is a good thing to know. You can tell which ones are going to need to be replaced, when down the road, you know, kind of budget for that.
So there's an avenue for doing the culverts and stuff, but for what we're looking at right now,
Yeah.
that's not in there, but we can add it on per piece. Once they do the scan, all that's there, then we can add that stuff on later if we decide we want to or don't have to.
In addition to that email we got today, I also had another household reach out to me asking me to oppose the approval on it for pretty similar reasons. And they thought that, they understood that this is very beneficial for the county, but they thought for the size of our city, they really thought we could be using personnel as they're already out looking at streets.
And I think we were saving money on the Edgemond Road project, if I understood correctly,
Mm-hmm.
to pay for this.
Right.
I'm not for just spending money, but I think it's a tool that we can benefit from, or your Public Works can.
Right.
Well, I think the real win here is the money that we end up saving, just with technology working for us.
Right.
That as a city, we're going to end up saving money in the long haul, and that's what I like about that.
Yeah, it saves money long haul. It prioritizes what we're doing. It lets us know our minor roads that don't need repair, or we have minor roads that do need a lot of repair. So it helps us focus geographically to be more efficient, to bring our total score up across the whole entire city. That will greatly affect each resident because and they know we have a targeted approach to what we're doing. You know, we put a lot of effort into looking at them ourselves, but when you can digitize that and get real data off of it, it just makes it very transparent, and it's going to save the city a lot of money.
I think Sam had something to say.
Yeah, I told Eric and Wayne that I did have one objection to one word in the contract, and if you look at the bottom of page 3, section 6.2.2, they have a limitation of liability provision in there, and they're limiting their liability to gross negligence, which is a much higher standard than ordinary negligence. And so my recommendation is to approve this, but with the provision that the gross comes out.
Okay.
I had another question about the contract. It's under the dispute resolution. I guess it's more of a concern than a question. It says that we can't sue them. We have to go to arbitration if we have any.
Yeah, but at least it's in Chattanooga. And so, you know, it's not like we're being forced to arbitrate in New York City or even Atlanta or something, or Nashville, something like that.
It's here local.
I didn't really have much of an issue with that, Commissioner.
Okay.
And I've communicated the gross to them, and they said they're fine, and they'll get us a revision back later today or tomorrow. It hasn't come in yet, so I figured it'd be tomorrow. So I guess I'm requesting approval with the changes that the city attorney has suggested.
Okay. Well, you do a fine job, but you don't have bionic vision.
Right, yeah.
I think this gives you bionic vision that could end up saving the city quite a bit of money.
I agree.
And if you look at what paving, 1.2 million, 1.5 million these days, or close to it?
Right.
Over the next.
Yeah, this year, we had $1,088,000 in paving. We'll probably be less than that next year because that's kind of bridging two budgets like we always do. But going forward, we're still going to be spending at least, $600,000-$700,000 every year, and this lets us know where to spend that money to get the best bang for our buck.
And this is probably less than 0.01%.
Right. It's
Small.
Yeah. You can move that decimal point. It's very, very little money for what we're going to get out of it. It's tremendous.
Any other discussion?
I'll move to approve.
I will second that. And could we have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Land,
No.
Commissioner Sadler,
No.
Vice Mayor Johnson,
Yay.
Mayor Lloyd.
Yay.
Alrighty.
Okay, we will, now, Sam, does this defer, or is this considered not passing period?
Well, it's considered not passing. I mean, if you want to bring it back next time, I don't think you're prohibited from doing
Okay.
that, but for right now, it's not approved.
Okay, very good. Well, let's move on.
Mine is the same as no action.
Sure, yeah. Let's move on to approval of the 2024 employee insurance.
So this is our annual insurance update. Good news again, we're down about 5%. We are adding an additional plan. It's an all-inclusive. Some employees have requested that. That additional cost is going, the employees would be responsible for, or the key manager, should they choose to go that route either. The high deductible is slightly increasing. This is just to stick with the IRS limits. And then we're increasing the long-term disability up from $60,000 from employees and $80,000 for key managers to $100,000 for employees and $150,000 for key managers. That cost an extra $717. So overall, good news. 2 years in a row, our insurance is staying flat, slightly down.
We'll take good news.
Are we getting this kind of late in the year? Would it usually come in a workshop for us to get more of a presentation on what's being offered?
It's usually this time of year. I don't know that we've ever presented it in the workshop. Prior to me, I don't even know that it came to y'all at all.
I think there was one year where, I don't know if commissioners were invited to that or not, where insurance came out and did a presentation on the
only one
different.
I remember that was employees only.
Was that employees only? Okay.
That's from my,
When we first moved insurance,
Yeah.
I think it was to Blue Cross, they came out, the broker did, and did a
Right.
presentation.
Yeah, it was when we were changing carriers.
Yes.
When they came.
Okay.
and we included the whole thing in the packet.
I only had one question, just because I don't do insurance full-time. On the long-term disability.
Correct.
Just a clarification on what the own occupation period was, because I saw that was really the only thing that had differences between the two classes of employees. And that was just for my edification on what that means. since
You're asking how long the employee has to be out before it kicks in?
No, it was a line that says, I know what you're talking about. I forget what that one's called, but it was own occupation period. And one said like maximum benefit, and the one for key managers, I think, said, or maybe it was the other way, all other employees was 24 months, compared to the other one was
I think
maximum
that's
benefit.
if they're unable to do their job at the city. Isn't that when they're qualified for the long-term?
Correct. It's after, I believe it's like 12 weeks, maybe 16, but I think it's 12 weeks.
Okay,
And it's 60% of their salary.
okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Okay. Well, I will make a motion for approval.
Second.
Second, roll call, please.
Commissioner Lamb,
Yay.
Commissioner Sadler,
Yay.
Vice Mayor Johnson.
Yay.
Mayor Lloyd.
Yay. And fifth item is approval of bid to pave Tucker Road. Tell us some good news, please.
Yes, good evening. So this is requesting approval to pave Tucker Road from University Drive near the new bridge all the way through the at-grade crossing due to all the damage from the railroad. TDOT and Wright Brothers has been saying that they will pave it the next time they do mainline paving for the last 6 months. They have yet to do it. The contractor that did our paving out on Edgeman said he had availability. I talked to the railroad. They said they would 100% reimburse us. So they're ready to do it. We just need to get it approved.
Yeah, I spoke with Mr. Carden with the railroad on Saturday. He said that you had spoken and that was the case, and they're ready to help get this settlement finished up.
Yep.
And I think they're glad.
It's $24,425. And also I wanted to let you know, I received an email earlier today We had previously, the railroad made us sign something saying we'd pay up to $20,000 in engineer reviewing fees. We got our invoice today. It was $1,800 and change. So it wasn't a lot, but they also will be reimbursing us for them charging us. So just giving you an update on that.
I move to approve.
Okay, motion for approval.
Second.
And a second. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Lamb,
Yay.
Commissioner Sadler,
Yay.
Vice Mayor Johnson,
Yay.
Mayor Lloyd.
Yay. And
Thank you.
What timeline are we looking at?
I'll have to check with them, but they did finish up Edgemond Road and McDonald Road, which they were doing for us, so I would assume here in the next couple of days. I'm not going to guarantee by the end of the week, but I would hope by the end of the week.
Okay.
We'll see where it works out.
And once the paving's done, we can, how soon thereafter can we?
The plan is opening the road back up.
Okay.
As soon as it's paved, it should be safe for driving. It'll be temp striped, and Wright Brothers obviously won't top it until they pull the bridge out there, but it'll be good enough for people to drive on, and we can open the parking lot and everything up. The hand railing should be going up any day now on the Greenway section we're doing, so we'll be opening up everything very quickly.
Okay.
Hey, before you run off, the bridge.
Yes,
The bridge that hasn't moved very much.
right.
Are we still on target for that?
I have not had a recent update on that. I do know the railroad was limiting Wright Brothers on the amount of track time they could have before Thanksgiving. So there was a big push to get it done. Between Thanksgiving and December, Norfolk said no track time whatsoever. So there was a big push to get it before Thanksgiving. I have not heard whether that's going to happen or I doubt it. So we're looking at first of the
Are
year.
they still building the wall?
Yes.
It's on the old Absent Mike Hickman Hill?
Yeah.
So are they putting rock up there, or how are they building the wall? I haven't been around.
It'll be prefab concrete.
They're
I forget what they call them, panels, yeah. That they've cored and anchored everything, and then that's just going to be the decorative retainer, and they put rock behind it. And yeah.
So now, what is the time frame for them allowing them to bring the bridge span across the railroad tracks?
They can bring it over the railroad tracks. That's not the problem. The problem is setting it. Like, they have to shut down the track
Okay, I see
for
what
them
you're
to set it.
Sure.
And they've been in a 9-10 month battle because they changed engineers at Norfolk Southern. So the previous engineer had approved the crane set up to set those beams. The new engineer said no. So they had to recalculate and come up and finally come to an agreement to utilize a different set of cranes to actually set this. There's only a handful of them in the United States. They run $250,000 a month each to put them there. So it's a big coordination to get it to happen.
So I've not noticed any piers. Are there no piers with this bridge span?
Yeah, they've been coring them and getting the footers and everything put in.
Okay.
Because that was also, the location of those was also an issue with Norfolk. So they've had to re-permit the whole entire project basically. And this has kind of evolved with that. So it's been a major headache for everyone.
Okay. Any idea when Norfolk Southern will give the green light to?
So the green light's been given. It's just a matter of if they can get everything in place to set those beams before the holidays. Between the holidays, there's no track time. So unless they get it done the next 3 weeks, it'll be after January 1st.
Okay. All right. Very good. Thank you.
Yep.
All right. Last item tonight, item number 6 is approval to purchase equipment for new Durangos from Lee Smith.
Yes, this is for the parts and equipment we need to outfit the 6 Durangos that we purchased on this year's budget. So the total quote for all that we need is $81,480.66.
Okay. Any questions from the commission?
I'm assuming that's in our budget.
Yes, ma'am.
And what all equipment does this include?
This is lights, the center console, switching, wiring, everything we need to make it go woo-woo and blink and be able to put our radios and all that in there.
I make a motion.
Okay, a motion for approval and a second.
Second.
And a second. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Lamb,
Yay.
Commissioner Sadler,
Yay.
Vice Mayor Johnson.
Yay.
Mayor Lloyd.
Yay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Chief. And request for reports from city administration.
All right, Don't forget, we have a Veterans Day program Friday at 3 o'clock in the vet park. Weather permitting, right now it's not looking spectacular, but hopefully it'll look a little bit better closer to the time. The Parks and Rec building is finished. We still need to clean the inside a little bit, but we should be moving over there next week is the goal. And next commission meeting, we'll be bringing a used truck to you for approval because the van that we were going to order for Parks and Rec is not going to be manufactured. So to stay within budget, Eric did a real good job and has found a used truck that'll stay within budget, and we'll be bringing it in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Is that something above your budget limit?
It's 24.5, so it's above my 10,000.
So now we have to advertise it?
No, it's under the 25.
In used vehicles.
Right.
Oh, but we have to advertise it for a meeting, though.
Yes, it has to be advertised, yeah.
Yeah.
We got the pricing in today, but because it wasn't on the agenda, it'll be in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
That's all I have.
Okay. And request for reports from commissioners.
Yes, I'm glad we got the handicap spots at Little W Park. We've received lots of good feedback about that. Are there going to be the vertical signs that also go in to make those, that's to code, isn't it, that we have to do that?
Yes, we need to do
They've
that.
been ordered and they came in today,
Okay,
so hopefully we assembled them and hopefully put them up tomorrow.
okay, good on that. I had another citizen reach out about the duck pond. A lot of people have noticed the duck pond. With the path closure, they're wanting to know if that's going to be a short-time closure or is that?
It's gonna be a short-term closure. Should have it back and open this week. We've had a very difficult time getting it mucked out. We've had some equipment failure and it's turned into a lot more material that needed to come out. It's 25 years of silt and stuff washing in from the creek and it's a lot of material. So we have every plan and hope to get it out and get the pathway back open before this weekend.
Okay, and my last thing for the night is I saw the cute flyer for our Christmas event, but I know there's no mention of our Santa arriving in his mini parade escort. Are they going to advertise that in any kind of way? I didn't see it on the poster or the press release.
We can. We had planned to just do it as part of the event. As of last week and after a workshop, we were talking with Christina on how she wanted to coordinate all that. So we hadn't planned to advertise the escort, but we can.
I think we probably should. I think it would bring more people out if they expect to see Santa on something flashing.
We'll be sure to do a social media post.
Okay, that's all I have.
Okay, any other questions?
I do. So a while ago, we talked about raising the city manager's spending limit. And the reason I was questioning about tonight, about the truck, because if this was something we really needed quickly, we would have to wait 2 weeks to get a truck. And I was talking to Eric about it earlier today. And Eric, we don't know if they're going to hold that for us right now, but we've asked them to.
Right. So where we're getting it from is United Rentals. It's one of their fleet vehicles. It's very low miles. It's 39,000 miles because it doesn't get ran a lot when it's rented. Well maintained. They can put our name on it, but any salesman in their whole department, if it's not technically sold, can sell it. So even though our sales guy that we deal with puts our name on it, if another guy gets someone to buy it, it's gone tomorrow.
Yeah, so this is not an emergency where the city commissioner could spend the money. I'd like to see if we could, because Eric mentioned to me as well, there's been a couple times that we've had to postpone buying stuff that has kind of gotten
The
away.
pavement tonight would be another example. We postponed that a week and a half-ish to bring it.
So I'd like to see us, and I'll make a motion that we raise it to 30,000. And I think it has to
State
be.
law is 25.
Huh?
You don't need to make a motion, I'll just prepare the necessary ordinance and and bring it to you at the next meeting.
Do we need a vote to make sure they're in approval?
They can,
But can you not have the mayor sign with you, and then we can approve it next meeting?
it has to be deemed an emergency, and purchasing the truck or the paving as an example are not emergencies, but imminent public danger.
The reason you're not voting on it tonight is that we published the agenda 48 hours ahead of time per state law. And we have a set way to get around that if there's an emergency or, you know, public health is at issue or something like that. After conferring with Wayne and with Eric, we made the determination that was just not the case. It was just a convenience.
Okay.
And so that's why you're not voting on it right now, because it wasn't on the agenda 48 hours ahead of time. So, so I will say at least one other of my cities has already increased the city manager's authority to 25,000. That's as high as it can go. It can't be 30.
Okay, 25.
To 25,000.
And he's currently at 20.
10.
10.
It's 10. And I know another one is considering it. And that's because there was a state change in state law and the municipal purchasing law to go from 10, which was enacted in 1983, to now it's 2023, 40 years later, and maybe 10 should be 25.
But do we need to have like a vote to see if everybody's in approval of this, or?
If you want, you're on the public record, you can just take a poll if you want to, or if you don't need to make a motion, but you can ask what the consideration is.
I would like to ask what the consideration is.
Can we just put a deposit on it?
Can you put a what on it?
A deposit on it?
Well, I mean.
I'm just trying to hold
Again,
it.
you shouldn't be taking action on it tonight because it's not on the agenda. Even putting the deposit down would be
Okay.
now, you know, within his spending authority, but the problem is that Wayne can put the deposit down and then y'all can deny it conceivably next time, and it's just one of those things where we have to kind of tippy-toe around the legalities of it.
So this would be in the form of an ordinance, and that gives the time for the public to let us know their thoughts on it as well.
Yeah.
So my concern, especially with the paving of the new road, I mean, we would have to wait 2 weeks if we hadn't had the meeting tonight on the agenda. If we really wanted to take advantage of it, you know, it's 24,000.
Yes, 24,300, 24,500, something like that.
So he could have, and I'm sure Wayne's gonna update us in his weekly news on stuff that he's doing. He's been very good about that, but I'm just curious if anybody else is in favor of that.
Yeah, I would be in favor of it. I mean, $10,000 doesn't buy you a whole lot in today's dollar. That's $1983.
70.
I don't have a problem with it. I trust the administration to spend their money wisely.
And it will be watched by the auditors, correct?
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't favor it at this time.
Okay. All right, that's all I have.
Okay, if there are no other issues or items with the commission that we need to discuss, I will make a motion for adjournment. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion for adjournment, second. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Lamb?
Yay.
Commissioner Sadler?
Yay.
Vice Mayor Johnson?
Yay.
Mayor Lloyd?
Yay. And we are adjourned.